as a Somali woman, as a mother, as someone who survived civil war, as someone who survived 4 years in a refugee camp, the last thing I was concerned about was being Somali Muslim in American politics. That was going to be a piece of cake. But I often joke that a lot of my bravery comes because I'm Somali, right? Yeah. We are very resilient. And so we go into this race looking for the endorsement from the Democratic Party. Our caucus is March 1st, and as I work towards making sure that we don't only speak about building bridges with our neighbors, but that we are actually going to do that. We are having conversations with students who make up 30% of our district. We are having conversations with the old-time residents who also make up 30% of our residents, and we are breaking barriers in Somali politics by engaging the younger folks. When it comes to the work that gets done in organizing in the Somali community, it's usually a lot of the elders that vote. And so the 20 to 40 bracket is usually the ones that are left behind. And so my campaign is making history because when you look at my campaign finance report, the people who are providing the heaviest financial support, the people who are giving me the max of $1,000 are the men and women who are between 40 and 20. Because we know what's at stake. We know what it took for our parents to struggle to get us here, to be able to start, to be able to get a fresh start, right? To be able to have that education, that dream realized. And we understand what it means to want to build a home here and to build a better future for our children and grandchildren. We know what it means to have that desire to belong, to stand up to bullies who called us weird and put gum in our hijab and like try to push us down the stairs. We know what those struggles felt like, and we want that to change. We want to be here. We want to partake in the beautiful American democracy that our parents and grandparents were excited to be able to become citizens one day and vote, right? And so for my little kids, this is what I want for them. And I think as a woman, I want to change that conversation about what public leadership means. Women are the leaders of our community, I think, when it comes to Somalis, but we don't see them as the forefront when it comes to public leadership. And I think this is the time. You know, we say it's time for Ilhan, is sort of the hashtag, but I think this is the time of the woman. And I'm really excited for me to be at a fundraiser like this that is put on by young Somali women, right? To be able to have a campaign that is run and fueled by young Somali women and men. To have the kind of campaign that is starting the conversations about what it means to be a citizen, what it means to work on policy, what it means to bring about change, what it means for us to get a share of the piece of the pie, right? So I ask you to join me in this crazy journey as we kill those stereotypes of Somali women being submissive and like oppressed and the kind of women that are supposed to be behind closed doors. As we take front stage and as we take the mic and as we say we are here, we are ready to lead, and we want you to follow us so that we can lead you to the promised land and the American dream. Thank you. To a 13-year-old as of next month. My daughter Isra will be official teenager next month. And I have a preschooler as well, Ilwan. He thinks this is her campaign. So for me, I think it's that idea of be the change you want to be, right? Be the change you want to see. And I think there is more that we can do by putting ourselves out there and being the sacrificial lamb, than doing anything to empower women. So I think for me, because I am running for office and I am out there and and I run, because of my work, I run a reflective campaign, and I would love to talk to all of you about conversations about who we should run for school board, and city council and state rep in Seattle. But I think it's sort of being that reflection, right? My daughter now is interesting. Samantha earlier asked her, are you gonna follow your mom's footstep? Are you gonna run for a state representative? And she laughed because she doesn't think that's anything, right? She's like, I want to be executive. I want to be mayor, governor, and president. Right? That's her plan. This is what she wants. And so I think you can start to develop these narratives about what we are capable of and where we can go by having some of us try it out. And I think with a lot of the women in the Somali community and the women in the broader community, the conversations I have with them is that, yes, I'm competitive, I like to win, right? And I run a lot of campaigns, so I'm gonna put my best foot forward. But for me, it's about making sure that I run the kind of campaign and with a certain stature that the next Somali woman, the next East African woman, the next Muslim woman that wants to run for a higher level like my seat is not intimidated, and can have that stepping stool to use, and it's she's going to be able to fully be herself, because there is the conversations with people who are like, if you want to run for office, Ilhan, you have to take off your headscarf, or you have to wear your headscarf this way, or you have to dress this way. Your children need to look like this, and maybe you shouldn't claim this. It's all of these things. And I'm like, no, I'm going to be full mariole, right? I'm going to be full Somali, I'm going to show up in my shash one day, I'm going to be me, I'm going to be fine, and we're, if it meant to be that we win the seat, we're going to win the seat, but I'm not going to shortcut any of my identities to get there, because I want to trail I want to build the roads for everyone, so that, when Isra wants to run, she can, if she's wearing full jalabib, she can do it. Whatever she is at that moment, she's able to do it. And I think that's, what is important, is that we give it a go, and we are, we make sure that we are being the change that we need to see.
Thank you so much, Ilhan. Beautiful, powerful. So we had, it's important for us to represent ourselves, right? Political representation is very important. And women practice leadership in different ways, we all know that, right?